Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something really important and exciting for those of you who work in the arts or represent artists. How to create a Wikipedia page for an artist. Now, this could be for a musician, a writer, a painter, a band, or even a YouTuber. Basically, any artist who wants to have a presence on Wikipedia. Now, before we jump into the details, I want to point out that creating a page isn't as simple as it may seem. Wikipedia has strict guidelines, and if you don't follow them, your page could end up being deleted. And believe me, that happens a lot. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 key steps you need to follow to create a page that will stick around. So, let's get started. Okay, so the first step, and it's a step that a lot of people skip, unfortunately, is to verify the artist's notability. Now, notability is Wikipedia's way of determining whether or not a person, or in this case, an artist, is significant enough to have their own page. And let me tell you, if you skip this step, you can end up wasting a lot of time creating a page that gets deleted. And if the notability isn't there, you risk not only having the page removed, but also making it harder to create a page for that artist in the future, even when their notability is actually sufficient. Plus, you could even get your account or IP address blocked, which, let's face it, is something you want to avoid at all costs. So, how do you check notability? Well, you'll want to identify the specific criteria for the type of artist you're creating the page for. These criteria differ depending on the type of artist. For example, painters, writers, and musicians all have their own set of notability guidelines on Wikipedia. What you need to do is a bit of research. Try to find external media that mention the artist, and here is an important point. Wikipedia prefers general national media, non local press, or specialized art magazines. So, if you can find articles about the artist in well known publications, that's a big plus. Also, one handy trick is to check if the artist is listed in the Benezi, which is a dictionary of artists. If they're in there, that's a solid sign they meet the notability criteria for Wikipedia. All right, so now that you've confirmed the artist is notable enough for a Wikipedia page, the next step is to find a featured Wikipedia article about an artist that can serve as a model for your page. This is super helpful, especially if you've never created a page before. Even for me, after years of contributing to Wikipedia, I still find it helpful to look at examples to get an idea of the structure, tone, and content that works. The idea here is to avoid writer's block and reduce the risk of having the page you create flagged or deleted for not meeting Wikipedia standards. A featured article is one that has been labeled by Wikipedia as an example of high quality content. There is even a list of these featured articles on Wikipedia, and I recommend you to take a look at some that are similar to the artists you're working on. By doing this, you'll get a good sense of what Wikipedia accepts in terms of both content and formatting. It's a great way to set yourself up for success. Okay, now let's move on to the fun part, actually creating the page. But remember, don't just jump into it directly. Create a draft first. Wikipedia allows you to work on your page in draft mode, and I highly recommend doing this before you publish anything. First, you need to log in to your Wikipedia account or create one if you haven't already, and then start drafting the page. One thing I always recommend is to insert an info box. This is that little box on the right hand side of most Wikipedia pages that contains basic information like the artist's name, birth date, and occupation. Make sure to include a copyright-free photo if possible, and fill out the info box with relevant details. Next, you'll want to create different sections like background, activities, publications, and so on. You can also add external links such as the artist's website or the gallery representing them. And of course, don't forget to cite your sources. Every piece of information in your article needs to be backed up by verifiable source, and you can use Wikipedia's citation templates to format this properly. Once your draft is ready, it's always a good idea to proofread it and maybe even have someone else look it over. One of the big things to avoid is using superlatives or making the page sound too promotional. Wikipedia is not a place for PR, it's an encyclopedia. Now, step 4. After you've created your draft, you have two choices. You can either submit the article for review or you can just go ahead and publish it yourself. If you're new to Wikipedia, I'd recommend going for the review option. This way, more experienced Wikipedia editors can look it over and give you feedback. However, just be aware that the review process can take a while, sometimes even months. So, if you're in a rush or feel confident that your article meets all the guidelines, you can publish it directly. Once the article is live, though, it will still be subject to scrutiny from both robots and human editors. So you'll want to make sure everything is in line with Wikipedia standards to avoid it getting flagged. So now step 5. All right, this next step is really important and a lot of people don't realize this. You need to declare any potential conflict of interest. If you are the artist, their agent, or someone close to them, you have to let Wikipedia know. You can do this by adding a note on your Wikipedia profile, in the edit summary, or on the talk page of the article. If you don't declare a conflict of interest, you could end up with a big red banner at the top of the page saying undisclosed pay contribution. Or even worse, the page could be deleted and your account or IP could be blocked. So it's always better to be transparent from the start. Finally, once your page is published, you'll want to activate the watch list. This is a feature on Wikipedia that lets you track any changes made to the page. Others can edit the page and it could even be deleted. So it's important to stay on top of things. By clicking the little star at the top of the article, you can choose to receive notifications whenever someone makes a change, whether it's fixing a typo or opening a discussion about the page's relevance. That way, you'll be in the loop and can respond to any issues as they arise. And that's it. Those are the 6 key steps to creating a Wikipedia page for an artist. I hope this guide has been helpful for you. Remember, Wikipedia can be a great tool for artists, but only if the page is done correctly. So take your time, follow these steps, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Also, if you'd like more tips or need professional help with your Wikipedia page, you can always visit my website, WeCancel, for more resources and services. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.